It was a surprising royal appearance by Prince William. It was with his family and a proclamation that would alter the course of monarchy's history indelible. A future leader was unveiled by him with a forceful comment that shocked the palace and the nation. The first steps of Princess Charlotte into history were taken as the flashes went off and everybody gasped. What does King Charles's, Camillas, and the crown's future hold in light of this daring decision? Keep watching as a new age of royal power clashes with centuries of royal history. Everyone is buzzing about the shocking news that the royal family shares. They unveiled a major update, a dramatic shift in the family's power dynamics, in an unexpected turn of events. Let us know which one you think is most significant as we ponder this major shift and its potential implications for the monarchy's future. Who among your pals is a royalist? Leave a remark if that's the case. If it's not, use 0. If you liked the video and want to help support the channel, you can subscribe here. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to celebrate at Kensington Palace, home to numerous distinguished authors. As the soft summer zephyrs fluttered around the royal grounds, the occasion seemed like any other charity gala. The typical highlights were anticipated by the reporters and guests. The photographs that will make tomorrow's headlines, along with Princess Charlotte's smile and Prince George's wave. What followed, however, was really unusual. A towering presence who exudes resolve, Prince William took the stage with an impassioned conviction in his voice rather than the customary prepared statement. Standing at his side, with a delicate touch on Charlotte's back, Princess Catherine embodied serenity and comfort. Prince George, who was standing close by, showed an abundance of wisdom that belied his youth. Prince William then made an unexpected announcement that changed the course of the royal family's history in a dramatic way. According to him, we are starting a new chapter that will honor our history while constructing our future. Pondering the future of the monarchy in light of Queen Elizabeth II's intentions. My family will play a larger role in shaping our future, just as His Majesty wished, he concluded, his eyes welling up with tears. As a representative of the monarch, my daughter Princess Charlotte will commence her formal duties. As the crowd let out a collective gasp, reporters swung their phones to record the historic moment. Nobody was prepared, not even the royal authorities. At this juncture in royal history, everything changed. Princess Charlotte's self-assured stride made an impression even though she was young. Their unwavering support showed that they were prepared to prepare her for the challenges she would face in the future. Both King Charles III and Queen Camilla remained silent, which conveyed a great deal. The balance of power among the royal family was clearly changing. Speculation over the old guard's declining influence has been circulating for months. Changing popular sentiment and alterations to royal customs started to provide a different perspective. The succession of Queen Elizabeth II was no longer the only focus of the monarchy. Its future was being shaped by new voices. The crown appeared to be weighing heavily on King Charles, despite his recent accession to the throne. On the other hand, public approval of William and Catherine was growing rapidly. According to surveys, they enjoyed the highest level of trust among the royal family members. Crowds flocked to witness them, and the world turned its attention to them. William and Catherine showed at every event that they were prepared to lead and inject new life into the monarchy. Their focus shifted to their royal duties, and they started to separate themselves from old practices. There were rumblings among royal advisors about possible alterations, modifications to the succession line, and the royal family's future course behind the scenes. The rumors were not specific enough to be denied, yet they were descriptive enough to pique interest. Stay informed about these changes by subscribing. The news has it Prince William has been secretly meeting with high-ranking crown officials. There have been rumors that Catherine has joined the ranks of senior royal members in informal advising capacities, although this has not been officially verified. Rumor has it that Princess Charlotte, even before Prince George, attended media prep seminars at an astonishingly young age. Palace insiders, especially Camilla, have been keeping a careful eye on these allegations in order to safeguard her position within the royal family, but some choose to ignore them. William was criticized for going to a Manchester Children's Cancer Unit instead of an important meeting that King Charles had hosted. There was a significant increase in coverage of this visit compared to the King's event in London that same day. To many, it was an understated act of rebellion. It wasn't a full-scale uprising, but it did raise suspicions about the succession. Although Prince George will always follow William in the royal line, Princess Charlotte's increasing clout is altering the status quo. She will play a pivotal role in the monarchy's trajectory going forward. As she becomes more visible at public events, she is being lauded for having leadership traits reminiscent of Princess Diana. If you want to know how this factor may affect the royal family in the future, you should subscribe. It is very evident that the future monarchy is here because to William's recent daring speech, not one from King Charles. The monarch is progressively reducing his role as head of state, but he maintains his official title. The populace is worried about the king's health and his capacity to carry out his responsibilities following his absence from a crucial event, but William and Catherine are proceeding confidently and with purpose. Palace insiders said that King Charles had grown distant and postponed public appearances owing to fatigue in the weeks preceding up to this point. Unbeknownst to the public, the royal family is undergoing a quiet crisis that is changing their strategy and goals. King Charles, who was once famed for his extreme caution and regimented schedule, has grown increasingly erratic since his official responsibilities have been reduced. The monarch was taking a vacation after a difficult first year, so royal advisors first downplayed the worries. But people on the inside thought there was more going on. In addition to his health problems, Charles was unhappy with his position in the royal family. Despite the long wait for his reign, King Charles felt that his son, Prince William, was more important. Unlike Charles, who appeared distant at times, particularly around Camilla, whose presence continued to cause problems at the palace, William and Catherine were greeted with enthusiastic ovation wherever they went. The king's relationship with his senior advisors deteriorated as they disagreed on how to manage William's rising star power. Rumors circulated among court insiders that Charles was mulling around a larger reorganization of the monarchy that would involve a progressive handoff of duties to William. According to some accounts, this procedure allegedly started when Queen Elizabeth II encouraged Charles to be ready for a seamless transition to William in her last months on Earth. On the other hand, Camilla was adamantly against any change that would have anything to do with Charles and her. William and Catherine had overcome many obstacles on their way to become king and queen, but Camilla was hesitant to give them power. She could not tolerate their rising status since it threatened the established royal order. The changes, however, were already in motion and impossible to halt, even as she fought them. With the monarchy undergoing such radical upheaval, Charles appeared helpless to stop it. He stepped away from the spotlight, creating an opening that William confidently and ably filled with his leadership. Despite their history of unity, the royal family is now openly divided. At the Queen's concert and other high-profile events, William, Catherine, and their children were front and center, highlighting the dramatic shift in power. Spectators at Kensington Palace Gardens anticipated a modest speech from Prince William and his family during this momentous occasion. In fact, William took everyone by surprise. Speaking about his grandma, Queen Elizabeth II, he paid tribute to her enduring legacy and her unwavering commitment to duty. There was more to it than that. It meant that the royal family's power structure was changing. The sincere comments that William spoke on the future of the monarchy moved many. He made the bold statement, "Our voice will ignite a fresh start, not by straying from tradition, but by enhancing it. A relic is not what the crown is. That pledge of service is alive and well, and it is a promise for the future." For the royal family, this was a watershed moment. After, William presented Princess Charlotte, his daughter. His word is that Princess Charlotte will soon be assuming her first official responsibilities. Along with her mother, she will start going to events, where she will learn the value of service and contribute to creating a better future for our family and nation. The crowd was taken aback by this. The impact of the occasion and its message was so profound that people reacted instantly. Charlotte is not going to be a docile princess. She may soon face competition from her brother George as she is being readied for actual duties. Images of Charlotte, her new role, and her modest grin gracing William's side swiftly went viral online. This event demonstrated William's desire to increase his daughter's visibility in the public eye and to question long-held notions of royal authority. He elevated Charlotte from the background rather than maintaining her in the background. With an air of poise and a comforting touch, Catherine stood by his side, assuring George that the family is together and ready to move on. Tensions were building behind the palace doors as the people celebrated and the press lauded the royal family's vision for the contemporary world. As a result of seeing Charlotte's ascent as an attack on her own status, Camilla finds her influence dwindling. In the face of relentless media criticism, Camilla has spent years attempting to transform her image from that of a divisive character to that of a revered queen consort. Camilla feels trapped by her history now that Charlotte is a center of attention. Consequently, in an effort to establish order and reinforce the royal authority, she has summoned an urgent conference of palace advisors. But King Charles said, "Let it happen," and declined to step in. The process has started. Isolation quickly engulfed Camilla. Members of her and Charles's faithful staff started to back William and Catherine instead. Kensington, rather than Clarence House, became the go-to address for diplomatic missions. William and Kate's family also started to be portrayed in the media as the modern royalty. At the same time, Camilla's annoyance was rising. A new royal family, William, Catherine, Charlotte, and George, was embraced by the populace. Many people failed to see Catherine's subtle impact as the media centered on William's audacious proclamations and Charlotte's ascent. Her elegant demeanor belied the years she had devoted to researching the inner workings of the monarchy. At last, her well-plotted approach is paying off. As time has progressed, Catherine's role as a wife and mother has expanded. She has emerged as a pivotal player in the monarchy's trajectory. Catherine has won the hearts of the people, whereas Camilla has a hard time gaining support. Her fame isn't illusory. It's based on genuine experiences, like going to children's hospitals, making nervous kids laugh, and spending quality time with her own children. Because of this genuineness, she stands out. Catherine, who deftly handled the palace mayhem after William's statement, is his staunchest advocate. Catherine opts to keep quiet while Camilla tries to gain influence. She remains silent when questioned about it. She exudes an air of tranquility. But when no one is looking, she is fully involved. Every night before making any decisions, she and William look over the reactions of the public and the news coverage. William and Catherine's vision is so compelling that even Charles's most devoted advisors are starting to back them. Some say that a few months ago, Catherine had surveys done to see how people felt about Charlotte's increasing responsibilities. The outcomes demonstrate a high level of support for the monarchy's new course of action. This is not an act of selfish ambition, but rather a meticulously planned way to leave a lasting impression. The monarchy, Catherine understands, will perish if it refuses to let go of the past. To maintain its relevance, it must evolve. She sees kindness, leadership, knowledge, poise, and the future of the throne in Princess Charlotte. Her impact is the result of her own initiative and competence, not of any inherent advantages. Stability and continuity are the goals of Catherine's ambition, not power or glory. In a monarchy, the next generation will have a say in how the family runs things, not merely inherit it. She has progressed above ceremonial responsibilities, despite being undervalued at one point due to her middle-class origins. She is leading genuine reform inside the palace and has emerged as a formidable defender of the future of the monarchy. Once the pronouncements have subsided, the monarchy unveils a future that is more transparent than ever before. With confidence, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, Prince William, and Princess Catherine take the stage to showcase what's to come. Charlotte, with her poise and elegance, immediately became a celebrity. She looks so much like Princess Diana and Queen Elizabeth, and she has such an air of effortless grace. Her new responsibilities symbolize a major transition from her youth to her role as an integral element of the crown's upcoming chapter. George, like a future king, watches quietly but attentively as Charlotte steals the show. The youngster has signs of future leadership even at this early stage. Regarding this, it's not only about royal duties. It follows a humble and truthful family as they vow to lead the monarchy. Unassumingly, William and Catherine are ushered in a new era of royal leadership. They convey a strong statement while simultaneously symbolizing authority. Public faith, personal connection, and unwavering honesty will determine the monarchy's fate. Titles and old family trees aren't the only things at stake. Even while they are still called Charles and Camilla, the power dynamic between them has changed dramatically.